In our last segment, we were completing the re-roofing process on this 17-year-old home with the installation of Grand Sequoia shingles. Not only did they transform the old roof with 3-tab shingles to a beautiful new shake look, they also can come with a 50-year warranty when installed by select GAF roofing contractors. Now let's take a look at some important flashings and find out why the attic is also an important part of a complete roof system.
The last thing I wanted to show you, Stu, when it comes to installing a roof system is where an addition meets the siding. I was showing you all the detail work that goes into there. There's actually 4 precautions we took to make sure that area of the house never leaks due to snow and ice or to water or driving rain.
And these areas generally have a tendency to leak. If there's going to be a leak in the house, is where the roof of this addition, that vaulted ceiling I recall from the previous show, joins that roof, because there's more insulation in here, less in the wall, and there's movement there. And so walk us through exactly what you did there.
Well, you see, we removed all of the siding, then removed the underlayment of foam underneath there, and we actually ran our ice and water shield up the side wall. And then we actually took our step flashing, which is color matched to the shingles, and put that over the top of that. Installed our kick-out flashing. That's again that $6 part that can save somebody $7,000 worth of damage. Then over the top of that, we install a J flashing. So there's 4 areas that are going to ensure ice and water do not get back to this house ever again.
And remember, when we talk about attention to detail when a homeowner's out there interviewing contractors, that's a perfect case in point of why you want to go with a skilled, knowledgeable, experienced contractor that's experienced those situations right there. This homeowner's never going to have to worry, are they?
Never going to have to worry again. A little bit more money, a little bit more time, but in the long run, well worth the peace of mind that this is going to give you.
Well, Andy, so far we've walked through the professional installation of this re-roofing project, and again, it looks fantastic. But this homeowner, as you mentioned to me, wanted more than just a new roof. He wanted full protection for the exterior of his home.
Yeah, when you really think about your roof as a system, it starts from the inside ceiling and on up. That means every single roof, we want to at least get a peek in the attic to make sure that 1, you have the proper insulation, 2, there's proper ventilation to make sure that this roof is going to last and it's not going to get eaten from the inside out.
And it's not just our value in the amount of insulation up there. As I understand it, air sealing can play a big role.
You know, anytime there's a perforation in your actual ceiling itself, that means anytime there's a plumbing stack that comes through, anytime there's electrical that comes through, can lights, they're one of the biggest problems for energy efficiency and air getting up through there. Soffit areas in like a kitchen, or you have your vent fans from your range or your bathroom. Any type of those places, we want to get up there and actually spray foam around them to make sure that no air can infiltrate that attic ever again.
Sure, and even where the top plates of the interior walls meet, if it's not sealed off, it can leak air. And when you talk about ice dams, a lot of people have the misconception that it's the gutter's fault, but really it's these sneaky air leaks and lack of insulation.
Yeah, you got that warm air that comes up, starts to melt that ice up on the roof. That snow and water wants to move down, gets to the overhang where there is no heat coming up, starts freezing before it even gets to your gutter system.
So you guys do offer a service that'll come in and seal up all those leaks and add insulation if necessary?
We're giving somebody a 50-year roof, Stu. If you don't do that properly, it's going to start to eat away at it from the inside out. That roof will not last the full 50 years unless you have proper insulation, ventilation, and air sealing.
And as I always tell people, insulation, it's the one area you can invest in and get a guaranteed payback, because you're sealing it up, you're insulating, you're going to lower your energy bills, and energy bills just seem to keep going up these days.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did this homeowner opt for? I mean, what did you find when you took a peek in his attic?
Anywhere that there was a plumbing stack coming through, that needed to be sealed. The range pipe, that also needed to be sealed. In the actual garage, there's almost no insulation at all, and they heat that as well. So we're going to add an R50 insulation in the garage, new air chutes into the garage. Not a lot of insulation that needs to be added to the house, but the air sealing itself, that needed to be addressed.
So insulation, air sealing, that all plays an important role. But to finish off the system, we got to turn to the gutter system, don't we?
Absolutely. This is the last step. You look at this house here, Stu, maintenance-free siding, maintenance-free windows, a roof they're not going to have to worry about for 50 years. They still had that ordinary gutter system on it. Thankfully, they chose the Leaf Guard gutter system here. It's going to be the last step to making their house completely maintenance-free.
Stick around. We'll check out the installation of Leaf Guard gutters and see why it's a perfect way to finish off a new roof next, when we continue with today's Home Remodeler.